Yes, I play all types of instruments. I started with percussion, drums. Taught myself how to play the piano. Right now, I'm teaching myself the guitar.
How long have you been making music?
All my life. I've been recording probably since I was 17, 16, 17, like 2009. I've been recording since about 2009. But as far as making music with bands and stuff like that, I've been doing that all my life.
What is the easiest thing you've learned to play?
The recorder. Oh, that's easy. I mean, unless you're talking about the tambourine or the triangle.
What is the hardest thing you've learned to play? How did you prepare for it?
I'm teaching myself the guitar right now, and I don't know how to prepare for it. It's hard. It's very hard. YouTube. YouTube is how I prepare myself.
What motivates you?
Life. The grass is blue, the sky is green, the birds are swimming, the fish is flying. Life, baby.
What kind of artist do you consider yourself?
I wouldn't consider myself an artist. I'm an alien. I can jump, I can dip and dab into any genre. I'm like a chameleon. I'm definitely alien.
Have you ever performed at a live event, and what did you do to prepare for it?
I have performed at live events, and to prepare for it, I did a lot of meditation, keep good vibes around me, drink my sweet lemon tea, and exercise. Do a little bit of yoga,
Where do you see your music in 10 years?
that way. It's like, nah, 10 years from now, I plan to be one of the most influential, if not the most influential artists in the game. I plan to be up there. My name should be as strong as Prince. My name should be as strong as Michael Jackson.
What inspires your music?
Life, my children, bringing back the feelings and the passions of artists before me, and being one of a kind, being the one artist that nobody can compare to. That's what motivates me. It's fast.
What artists do you admire?
Prince, love him. Amazing. You know why. Andre 3000, same. You know why. These are impeccable, immaculate artists.
Have you ever performed in a band?
Yes, I grew up in DC, so we have our own genre called go-go. Chuck Brown took it global, and a few other bands a little bit, but it's more a local sound, and that's a live band. Young boys out the hood learn how to play instruments and come together and make some music.
Are you a solo artist or do you perform in a band today?
I am a solo artist, but I do have a band. I don't do group artists. It doesn't work. But I do have a band, and I will perform with my live band. And it's something supernatural happens every time.
If you could perform on any stage, what stage would that
Heaven. Shoot. Nah, I want to perform anywhere epic. Madison Square Gardens, Rome, the real Caesar's Palace. Somewhere in France, somewhere maybe. London, all the biggest places, all the major epic places.
be? Step up to the right a bit. Alright. How do you balance your music with your personal life?
Lord. With meditation and more meditation and more meditation. That's the hardest thing in the world to do, is to balance my personal life and my music life, because my music life is becoming my personal life, and you can't forget who you really are. You create this artist, like, even though I speak on my real life and I speak on, things that I've done and that I do, being an artist, it changes you. So you just always have to remember who you are, and as long as you remember who you are and you accept who you are, then you'll have a better chance at balancing out your life.
If you can go back to yourself at 18 years old, and if you can go back in time to you were 18 years old and tell yourself one thing, what would it be?
Pull out. Get away from these girls, man. Go to school, man. I definitely would have told myself to pull out. And I just told myself to accept your reality. Accept what it is. Accept the fact that you're not scared to do you. You're not scared to show who you are. You know? Always be you. And pull out. Something. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? My Thai Wi-Fi.
Alright. What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Hilton Clay Felton IV. They call me Suave, aka Young Suavedelic. I am originally from Westmoreland, Jamaica, but I grew up in Northeast DC, all around the DMV.
What is your occupation?
I am an entertainer. I am a musical artist of sorts.
What is your form of artistry?
Mostly music, mainly music. Music. I'm a creator of music. My whole family was into music, so it was bound to happen, like destiny. I was always around it, from the go-go bands here to the jazz bands there. And my dad was a pastor, so growing up in church, I was always around the instrument, playing the drums, or learning how to, it just, something about musical frequencies in my brain was just,
What is the first tune you ever played?
I don't know how to make two keys the same sound. I only got one. But that's a melody right now.
What are your fondest memories of music?
My rock band. We made amazing music. And it was passionate and it was deep, sometimes dark. But we made amazing music, my rock band. Outside of that, probably learning, I learned a couple things on the piano from my grandfather before he passed.
What was the easiest thing you ever learned to play?
The piano wasn't that hard. But that could also be because I learned from pianists, so I saw what they did. I had hands-on learning. Like if I learned from the book or from a teacher, it probably wouldn't have been as easy. But the drums are pretty easy too. It's just hand and eye coordination and keeping the rhythm. Yeah, the piano probably easier.
What was the hardest thing you had to learn to play, and how did you prepare for it?
Man, I'm teaching myself the guitar right now, and it is stressful. On my fingers, on my wrists, on my brain. The guitar has to be one of the hardest instruments to learn.
What motivates you?
Life. The fact that I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared to do anything. I'm not scared to embrace anything. I'm not scared to portray anything. I'm not scared to start that trend. So life is so much out there, so much more. And it motivates me to find out.
Change the screen. Take your video back. What kind of artist would you consider yourself?
I could never put myself in a box like that. Anytime anyone asks me a question like that, I can't do it. I could never put myself in a box like that and say I'm a rapper or a singer or an R&B artist or a trap star or just a rock star. Like I am an alien. That's what I am. I'm an alien.
Have you ever performed at a live event? And what did you do to prepare for it?
I perform at live events all the time. Of course, I get my nice warm tea, soothe my lungs, having my essence, you know. Meditation, keep sages burning and candles, beautiful women around, just the vibe. You gotta catch a vibe, and that's what creates a good show.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I am definitely planning on being one of the most influential, if not the most influential artists in the game. I plan on being in that Hall of Fame of elite artists at a younger age than anyone. That's what I want.
What inspires your music?
Life. I don't write music. I don't write verses down and stuff down. Like I go in there and I pour out passion. Like whatever my topic's about, whatever my concept is about, I'll think about what I did this week or last week or what my homie did or somebody called me the other day and told me about some stuff that they did, and it'll come to my mind and I can like in raw form put that on the track, you know, and make you feel it.
What artists do you admire the most and why?
Prince is like Jesus. Andre 3000 is like the Pope. Nah, for real. Prince, Andre 3000. I mean, of course, you got Frankie Beverly, Stevie Wonder. I love rock and roll. John Mayer is, goodness gracious, I love John Mayer. Man, I could go down a list of different people because I listen to all different types of music. But as far as influential on me, Andre 3000 probably has the most influence on me.
Have you ever performed in a band?
All my life. Church, go-go's, jazz bands, rock bands, bands on bands on bands.
Are you a solo artist or do you perform in a band today?
I do have a band, but I am a solo artist. Groups don't really work. If the work ethic isn't on the same level and the same page, then it just doesn't work.
If you could perform on any stage, which stage would it be?
Whatever the most epic stage in the history of the world is, that's the stage that I want to perform on. But realistically speaking, Madison Square Garden, Caesar's Palace, I want to go overseas and perform in stadiums and arenas. My music is undeniable, so it's bound to happen soon.
How do you balance your music with your personal life?
With meditation and confidence and trust within myself that even when I'm doing the wrong thing, I'm doing the right thing, because I sacrifice so much for my music even when I shouldn't. But I do it because I know that it's going to pay off. So balancing those two is really tough. Also, when it comes to the reality of I am Clay, I am not Suave. Like, I wasn't born Suave. Like, Suave is who I created. You know, my brand. You know, a lot of artists, they create this brand and it becomes them and they forget who they are. You know, so that's one of the biggest things about that balance also. gotta remember who you are.
If you can go back in time to your 18-year-old self and say one thing, what would it be?
Pull out. Don't have no babies, man. Stop hanging around people with no goals or aspirations, or stop hanging around people with negative energy. Don't stop being so trusting, and do what you want to do. Don't worry about anybody else. Embrace the fact that you're not scared to be you. Embrace it and show it to the world. That's what I would have told myself. And I probably would have gave myself a CD from music that I made now. So back when I was 18, I would have been making that music that I'm making now. And then I would have been there when I was 18, and then I probably wouldn't be here now.